At the Vatican today, tens of thousands of people are lining up at St. Peter's Basilica, where the body of Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI is lying in state ahead of Thursday's funeral. NBC News foreign correspondent Claudio Lavanga joins us now from Vatican City with the latest. Claudio, so good morning. About 65,000 people paid their respects yesterday. That number was higher than expected. What's the scene like there today?
Good morning, Joe and Savannah. Well, yes, the Vatican just told us that since this morning, 25,000 people have already paid their respect to the Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI, and that kind of reflects the long line of pilgrims or tourists and people in general that we've seen this morning again in St. Peter's Square, waiting for the chance to get inside St. Peter's Square. And that's only in the 3 hours of the morning. We still have a long way to go before the gates close. So we do expect the same numbers today, about 60 to 65,000 people. Joe?
We've been talking for days now about the complicated legacy that Pope Benedict leaves behind. Is that something that people who are coming to pay their respects are talking about at all?
Well, if you look at the numbers, the 65,000 yesterday and 25,000 today, well, that's twice as many as those that were expected, or we were told that were expected a few days ago. They were expecting about 30 to 35,000. And that shows you that people may have been more fond of Benedict XVI than some may have expected, especially considering that he was a controversial figure, that he only was Pope for 8 years, and that he's kind of been hidden away from the eyes of the world, as he said, for the past 10 years since he resigned in 2013. So yesterday, when we spoke to the people who were lining up, you may be surprised, but a lot of people were there to, of course, pay their respect to Benedict XVI. And if you didn't like him, I suppose you wouldn't wait for hours to do so. But others were just waiting to get inside St. Peter's Square to admire the architecture, Joe.
Yeah, that's a good point. Most people there are probably great admirers of his. So let's look ahead here. What is the plan for the next 2 days before he is laid to rest on Thursday?
Well, tomorrow, again, is the last chance, the last day that the body will be lying in state inside St. Peter's Basilica, so the last opportunity for people to pay their respects. And then on Thursday morning at 9 o'clock in the morning here in Rome, Pope Francis will preside over the funeral mass in St. Peter's Square. And then after that, the body, the Pope Emeritus, will be buried in the Vatican crypt beneath St. Peter's Basilica. A little curiosity there. There was the same crypt where the last Pope who died, John Paul II in 2005, was buried before he was moved inside St. Peter's Basilica after he was beatified. Joe, Savannah?
All right, Claudio Lavanga. Claudio, thanks so much.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.